feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter, and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hello, hello, hello. R. Payne here, your favorite baby boomer. You're on a swivel at the sports bar. And hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm simulcasted on Unique Sports Talk and Marriage, Politics, and Sports. And we're going to just talk sports, man. You know, I'm just the guy next door who likes sports. Maybe a couple of my buddies might come up and so we can have a conversation. But if they don't, I'm going to just go solo. So, you know, I've been doing this for a while, by the way. Yeah, and I trademarked on the swivel at the sports bar like over 10 years ago. And I had no idea that I could just go on YouTube and just have fun with this thing until, you know, maybe in 2022. Anyway, so what's next? We're going to just go ahead and get started. Of course, we know what's going to be first on the agenda, but hit the like button, whether you stay or not. Just do me a solid and hit the like button. Just hit it, you know. If you can stay for a while, great. But hit the like button, you know. Whether it's the up one or down one, it's up to you. But hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. That helps the algorithm. If you like it and you stay for a while, share this so I can get some more audience. Subscribe to either channel. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to, join the chat, you know, and if I catch it, I'll reply, you know, that kind of thing. And of course, on the replay, you can leave a comment. So that's that. Disclaimer, every so often I use other people's stuff, and I'll put their links in the description afterwards. If I could remember, you know, I'll do that. And, you know, so that's that. So that's as simple as that. So what's the first thing we need to talk about, right? Super Bowl 60. So underwhelming. You know, I usually have like videos and stuff. We don't even need to go over any replays in the Super Bowl. It was really, really underwhelming. But I had the Seahawks winning by more than a touchdown. So I was right there. I didn't know the Pats would be so bad, but I should have figured that out. What else? It was just a bad game. When the halftime show was more interesting than the actual Super Bowl itself because of the controversy over Bad Bunny. Listen, I'm from New York originally, and I lived in Spanish Harlem, so I had plenty of Puerto Rican friends. So the fact that he's Puerto Rican, and he's an American citizen, by the way, even though he hates this country, which is another story, I didn't have any problem with him speaking Spanish. I've always been around Spanish people. Actually, I was an A student in Spanish. I can't speak a lick of it, but I'm able to take a test. So I didn't have any problem. I like the pomp and circumstance, and everybody had all this, you know, crazy ass messaging that he was doing and all that. To me, it was just another halftime show, and I gave it a 5 to 6 on the Richter scale. You know, compared to other halftime shows, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. You know, I like Lady Gaga. You know, she's a very talented singer. You know, and my daughters were watching the halftime show, and Ricky Martin popped up. Oh, Ricky Martin! I said, how the fuck y'all know about Ricky Martin? You know, so so I don't know. And then of course, Turning Point USA had their halftime show, and they snatched around 5 million views, and people are trying to make more of that than they should have. Let me just tell you this. I didn't have any issue with the turning point one, because I'm gonna get to that. Except the fact that if that was the actual halftime show for the Super Bowl, I'm not so sure how well it would have been received. I really am, because the irony of the situation, whether you're talking Spanish or you're talking country music, you're only talking to portions of our country. A lot of people don't realize, like 40%, a good 40%, 25 solid, and a good 40% of our country actually does know Spanish. Not that Bad Bunny was doing a great job at it. And not everybody likes country music. You know what I'm saying? And if you're calling that real American music, you are still excluding a lot of people. So yeah, there was a lot to go around with that. So the funny thing about it is there's a guy who talked to a whole bunch, well, not a bunch, but there's actual Hispanic Latino people who had an issue with Bad Bunny's whatchamacallit. So it's good to hear it from people in that genre as opposed to gringos. So here goes.
Even Latino people hate Bad Bunny because
Now, I don't know whether they hated it. That's his words, but they had some questions about it.
they don't understand the language he's speaking. Seriously, they're like, this ain't Spanish. Watch.
To all the English-speaking Americans that are upset that Bad Bunny is going to perform at the Super Bowl because you guys won't be able to understand him, don't worry. Us Latinos can't understand him either.
I speak Spanish. I don't know what he's saying at all.
What's going on, Coachella?
tu perfume.
So the Bad Bunny performance ended at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I didn't understand a fucking thing he said.
It's funny. It's funny that these Latinos are talking about his dialect and the way he was speaking Spanish. Growing up around a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York City, I was saying, man, it really sounded weird the way he was speaking. It's like an American rapper where they're rapping and you can't understand a freaking word they're saying. You know what I'm saying? I think this was like analogous to that,
Tú eres una bellaca, yo soy un bellaco, solo que no. Puerto Rico, estoy ay, ay.
Oh my God.
If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
Now, see, that was a good take right here. This was the funniest thing that he said, right? You got 4 months to learn. I don't know one record from Bad Bunny, and which means nothing. But I know for a fact that I'm saying, I know he's speaking Spanish, but I don't recognize it. Oh, man. Like, so it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. I'm saying, golly, man, what is he saying? What is he saying? Oh my goodness. It's funny. I said this on a different channel. My father used to have Spanish speaking records back in the day, early ones, man. And I know full fact, my pops didn't know one lick of Spanish, but he used to play the records anyway. But it's just like most people of color, black ones, even white Spanish people, we have rhythm. Latinos have a lot of rhythm, and rhythm translates from, across racial lines. So anyway, so the Bad Bunny thing was the Bad Bunny thing. And, looking at it with no emotions, I actually gave it a 5 to a 6 as, that was just me. I didn't have any, I wasn't going to go crazy over Bad Bunny and what he said. I like Lady Gaga too, so I didn't have any issue with that. So, and then, of course, if you cross the aisle and they made this big thing over Turning Point USA, and they had nothing but like country music, pure lily white people on the dais. I didn't watch the whole thing, but the truth of the matter is, in this country, right? In this country, everybody doesn't like country music. To call that apple pie and Americanism, that's its own symbolism. I'm not even saying the music was bad, but that's no more inclusive than what Bad Bunny was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's funny because I would imagine there's a small group or some group of Hispanic or Latinos who actually like country music. And there's some country folks who probably actually like Spanish music. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to be a melting pot, I think both people were wrong trying to prove a point. The NFL was, even though they had hundreds of millions of people. I think Turning Point USA was wrong because they're still pushing that uh, exclusive content, because only one way to be an American. The only part I agree with is that nobody should be getting a free ride. That's the only part. That's the only part I agree with them on. So here's the beginning of their shtick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Turning Point USA All-American Halftime Show. And this one's for you, Charlie.
So you know what? I like renditions of this Star Spangled Banner, the anthem when guys do it on the guitar. He's not the first one to do it. Jimi Hendrix did it and all that kind of stuff. And then they went on to have some concerts and singing and stuff like that. None of this stuff is inclusive. Neither the NFL was wrong in a way, and so was the guys from Turning Point USA. Because they only have one country. Now, here's the key. This is a sports show, and the biggest thing to talk about was actually the halftime show. Because the game sucked. The actual game sucked. And that's the funny part. The game sucked. So anyway, enough of that and enough of the controversy. The shit's over. Let's kind of move on. So let's go just hit the basketball. These guys, the All-Star weekend is coming up. And so just look to be disappointed. Some of the skills competition in basketball is okay. The 3-point contest. If they do the dunk contest, it's going to be underwhelming because that shit, they should just end that because there's nothing new under the sun. You can't jump too much higher. And the games, for the games itself, they have a tournament. Now I don't know how it's all going to play out. And I meant to look at all the rules. They're going to do this round robin thing, the stars, American stars against the world. And to tell you the truth, the world is better than the American stars. I'm thinking the world is better. If you look at the world, I think they're better than the Americans. If you look at the Wemby, Giannis, Gilchrist, Halliburton's hurt, but all these guys are foreigners. Some of the best players right now are foreign players, and the American players, most of them, all they're doing is impregnating IG models. So I don't know how this thing on Sunday is going to play out. It might be interesting to watch, but if they're going to just throw the ball up at the hoop like they always do and nobody's actually playing, I'm not going to be that excited about it, no matter what they call it, right? They have to prove something. And I'm just thinking that a solid, real game between American basketball players against the foreign basketball players, nationals, would have been just one game, not this round robin bullshit. One game with refs playing your heart out would have probably been just the best thing. The simplest game with all the marbles would have been a better thing than I think what they're going to try to do. So I'm going to watch it. I don't know how exciting it's going to be, but I'm really the All-Star games for the NBA has been pretty bad, over the years. So maybe they'll redeem themselves. Maybe they won't, so I'll be watching. I'll be watching. So that's enough. What else about the NBA to talk about? Okay. So let's go over to the WNBA. Uh, the WNBA, where where emotionalism has the women in this trance, and they're all idiots. You know what I'm saying? Because they're about to blow the bag. All right, so let's take a look a little bit on what's going on with the WNBA and the CBA. That they seem to can't get to some kind of. Last week I showed what the CBA, what the owners wanted to give the WNBA ladies. I should have brought that back this week because it looked really generous. And the ladies don't want to agree to that. So they're digging in their heels and they might not get nothing. Because if they cancel this damn season, it's going to look really bad for them. All right. So here's the details of the WNBA proposal. I'm not going to read it all, but for almost 6 weeks, when they got the CBA proposal from the WNBA, all they did was criticize it. They never gave them a counter proposal until recently. Okay. So there's some concessions in that counter proposal, and there's some stuff they're still stuck on. But the real key thing is, let me find it. Here's the real key. So there's some big things, like they're still far upon on some monies. And here is something big that I think that if they blow it, there's a deadline coming up. Let me find it. Okay. 3, 5, base salary. The other proposals, what do they say? Okay. So right here it says this one. Multiple sources have said, and I think you all can see this. I'm going to make sure. Multiple sources have said that if the CBA is not agreed to within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so, something like that, it will delay the start of the season or actually get it canceled. Can you imagine them canceling the season because they can't come to the agreement? They can't get what they want, these spoiled chicks. So that's that. I mean, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the point really is they're still kind of far apart, and with the Caitlin Clark effect is pretty much washed out because of, the girls getting a little greedy. The WNBA still hasn't turned a profit. So the salaries for the players and all the bennies they have, the owners are actually taking it out of their hide. Okay, they have to invest more money every year because they're not getting any good returns on the gross. So, or the net, so I don't know, man. The ladies, overcome by emotionalism, and that's where it's at. Now, I don't just want to blame it on them. Men's sports leagues have went on strike before or got locked out. And so that could happen here on the WNBA. But on the heels of the Caitlin Clark effect and the Angel Reese effect and some of the other ladies that people are excited to see, it's really stupid time for them to be going through this. I really do think so. But hey, anyway. And then, of course, in that backdrop, then there's an unrivaled league. And there's a conflict of interest with this because the ladies who are in charge of the Players Association actually are behind this unrivaled league. Right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So there you go. So it's, so here's the standings for the unrivaled league. I saw some games last year, but I haven't watched any of the games this year, and it's actually got, they actually got major network coverage. So you could go look them up and find out where the games are being played and when. And they're on regular TV. You don't have to go find some obscure cable channel to see it. If you want to see, 3-on-3 full court. I mean, the court is smaller, and they actually are paying the ladies because some guys put up like $450 million to get the league off the ground. And I don't know if this is going to be the last year of it or not. It seems to have some traction. And of course, the ratings, though, on TV are not that good, okay, or bad. Not even not that good. They're just bad. So, what else is next? Hockey. We got to cover some hockey. I don't have the lead in thing. Now, the hockey players are going to be on break because of the Winter Olympics, and they're going to be playing hockey soon, like they do every 4 years. So that's probably going to delay the season by maybe like a month or 3 weeks. This is the last standings that I have. And I would imagine, I didn't check, but I think they're probably on break now that the Olympics has started. So it's going to cut into the season. Of course, in hockey, there's a lot of international players. So if you like hockey, this is your time. This is your time. There should be some exciting games going on. So sports and other banter. Okay, here's where I do my eaches. Just shit I pick up. And we could talk about. All right. So of course, I looked at the medal count. This is here's the Olympics go from the 6th to the 22nd. And Cortina. And here's the medal count as of yesterday or whatever. United States are in second place, in terms of gold and total count. Not in total count, but in goals. I guess that's how they do it. And I only put the top 5. Of course, there's many more countries involved, but I just put the top 5 here. So, I'll probably every week as during the Olympics, I'll probably update this chart, probably just the top 5, and see how it goes. I haven't really watched any of it yet. Some of it. I did see Lindsey Vonn. I had that unfortunate accident. All right. So, and I think we'll talk about that a little bit. Serena Williams. Everybody knows she's going on this, I guess, weight loss journey using a popular drug. And she looks like she's in great shape. So the rumors are starting that she may actually make a comeback. And I said this a long time ago. I said, I wonder, not only for the money, but I wonder if she's going to put the coup de grace on using that, GL1 or whatever the hell is called, to actually make a comeback so she could actually finally get that record. And if she's in playing shape at the weight she's in now, even though she's in her early 40s, and it's tennis, who knows? What a story. If I was the drug company and Serena Williams, if she actually came back and won a slam, what would that do for that drug company? What would that do for us? So I wonder if that's part of the play. I'm really wondering if that's the play in the future. That would be really, really interesting. Of course, she might not be coming back at all, but what's that? She's back, huh? Oh, yeah. So is that official, Coach? Yeah, that's cool. I hear you watching from the cloud. So you think she's back, or you just talking? Oh, she actually did apply. Okay. Man, I saw this one coming. Yeah, her muscle mass might not be the same, but how much, how much muscles does she need for these newfangled girl? She don't have, remember her competition? She doesn't have a Cloisters and some of those chicks, man, that were just tough as hell, her biggest opponents. We'd have to see how these young girls could measure up against just the pressure of looking at Serena. You're right. She might not have the muscle mass, but, hey, man, what's going on, Vic?
What's going on, Rich? All
What's
right.
happening, man? What's happening?
I'm at the
Yeah,
gym.
so we're,
The gym.
we're talking about Serena maybe making a comeback.
I heard about that. She should. I don't think she should.
Why not?
Come on, at 41, right?
Okay, so she should roll in the mat because she's 41.
It's the heart, man. The heart. You know what I mean? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know. You can't dispute that. The heart is the heart. You
No,
playing a
no, no.
20-year-olds. You know, heading back and forth. She can't do 3 sets.
Well, what do you mean? So she could you could win in 2 sets, right?
That's what I'm saying. She would have to have a good serve. She would have to dominate and win one serve. But if she
Well,
tries to rally,
yeah, okay.
if she tries to rally like 3 sets, I'm telling you, man, it's biology, man.
Listen, man. Listen, here's what I can't stand you guys, just you and Coach for giving me all this shit, right? I know we say that a boxer like George Foreman never loses his punch, and he's still knocking dudes out at 95 years old before he passed away, right? When he beat
Yeah,
that man, right? Because he could still
yeah,
hit. So now, or Clemens was still throwing 100 miles an hour well into his 40s.
yeah.
So
But
now we're
tennis
gonna
is
say, hold
different,
on, hold
man.
on now. So now we're gonna say Serena can't play tennis no more because she's an old hag.
I'm just saying that I don't think she can win another championship.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but
think
how?
she can win
Okay,
another.
now you're right. You might be right, but how hard is it? Is the competition today the same as it was when she was playing at the height of her game?
I don't know, but if she comes back, she's coming back to win a major or whatever you call it.
Yeah, they call it a slam.
A
Yeah,
slam.
but are the girls today better than the girls in her day?
No, no, no. I don't think they are. Even though I don't follow it, I don't think they are because there's always a number one every 4 or 5 months. There's always a new number one. So there's not really nobody dominating right now, right?
Right. So here, look at this. Catellia put up this thing that she might play doubles with her sister because they were champs at that. But it's not clear whether she'll go on a circuit on her own. All I
Oh,
know
I
is
see.
that, well, here's what I do know, that since she's been gone, there hasn't been no dominant women. Maybe
Yeah,
Osaka would, or maybe Naomi would have been the dominant one, but she go and got knocked up by some asshole.
yeah, and she
And
also has some mental issues,
she got
some
some
whatever.
mental issues. But physically, if she was straight, she should have been the next dominant player.
Yeah.
To go.
How about Coco Puff? She ain't ready yet.
Coco regressed. I think Coco regressed. I think she
Yeah,
went back. I think she went backwards, man. And
I
she's
think.
been training. She's been doing different trainers, and now she's starting to smell herself and boys and all that kind of shit. Uh, you know, uh, the women got to stay focused. One thing about Serena and Venus, they
Yeah,
were focused, man.
I know.
They
Well,
were
they
focused.
had their father teaching them from a young age.
Yeah,
Their dad
yeah.
had them focused like locked in.
They're locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, but-
man. So all I'm just trying to say is, I would like to see her give it a go with her new body type, and
Okay.
she might be faster on the court. Maybe she might not have the stamina, but that's just exercise. She's always had the flexibility, even when she was big, man. She used to do those splits. Everybody said, "God, Lee." So I don't know, man. I'm pulling for her. Yeah, but
I'm
I'm
putting for her, but realistically, I don't think she can win another. I mean, she can win a couple of matches, but I don't think she can win a tournament. Is what I'm saying. By the time she
you
gets
know,
to the final, I see her heart giving out on her.
what do you mean?
Age
What
is
do you mean? She
age.
gonna have a heart attack?
No, I'm just saying she won't have the same stamina to keep up.
Oh man.
Hard is hard, man. I'm just telling you. You can't dispute that.
Oh
There's a
man.
lot of players. They have the skill set, but they just don't have the age. Because
Yeah,
they,
okay, but you
'cause,
don't think she's been okay, you don't think she's been working out while she's taking this drug?
it doesn't matter, man.
Man, her
Like age is
workout.
age.
Yeah, but
You
she's
know.
not 90 years old. If she was 90 years old, I could dig it. She's 40.
Okay.
It's not like
But
this is tennis. We're not talking about
yeah,
football.
but tennis is 18, 20-year-old game,
No,
man.
no, remember now, tennis age, when she won her last match, she was well in her 30s when she won her last slam.
Well, I'm saying she was unique, but at
Okay, but she
35,
wasn't no spring chicken.
at 35, you consider old in tennis.
And she still won a slam.
Exactly. So now you trying to make her do like 41? Come on.
Yeah, listen, man.
That's asking for too
Let me
much,
ask you a
man.
question. You think she can still throw it back in the bedroom?
She could say what?
You think she can still throw down in the bedroom?
Of course.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that
Is
has
she
to do with
down to
tennis.
is she down to 1 hour or can she go all night?
You can't go on. You can't compare it to tennis, man.
Why not? This energy being expended.
Tennis, you got the court, you got the ball going from side to side, right?
Come on,
You
man.
got the ball going from side to side. You got to launch. You got. I mean, if you play a player that knows how to make you tired, they can tire you out.
No, I don't disagree with you, but that was the old big Serena with the big legs and the big thighs.
Oh, okay.
This is a slim. I would
I,
like
have,
to
I haven't
see her
seen
try.
her, but
I would like to see her try.
yeah, I'd like to see her try too. But like I said, I would lower my expectations if I were you. I don't see you anymore. I don't know what happened.
Here's my thing, man. You know what? I like having big expectations for people. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with having high expectations?
No, you also have to be realistic. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, see that's different. Just saying big. So now I'm a liberal.
Hey, see, stop throwing words around. Stop throwing words around.
Hey, Catellia agrees with you. Say, hey, Boomer, it's no comparison to tennis.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Stop it.
Tennis is a
I'm sorry. I
tennis is a young girl's game, a young boy, like 19 to.
Oh man, listen, man. I would like to see her. I'd like to see her back on the court. All right.
Oh yeah, I like to see her back. Huh?
What's next? Here's the sister. You know Maria Taylor, right?
Nope.
You never heard of Maria Taylor?
No, who is she?
Well, so Maria Taylor got wrapped up in the ESPN scandal, and she went over to football, and she blew up big, man. If you read the caption here, Maria Taylor has become the first, and I hate this first bullshit. The first.
Is she your sister? Oh, she's your sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, she's like 6'3", man. She's a big chick too. Not big, but a tall woman, slim.
She fine?
She's married to a
Is she
brother.
fine?
She's fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have to look at her, man.
She's fine,
You said
she's
Maria
fine.
Taylor?
Taylor, yeah, she's articulate, and she just got. She became the first Black woman to host the Super Bowl pregame, and she presented the Lombardi Trophy this year. And that's a big deal because it's usually the domain of the man, but she really runs her own show on football for the football league.
All right, I look up.
She's got to be making a few $1 million a year.
That's good, man.
I mean, and then and she's beautiful in anybody's room. When she walks in, you notice she's walking in.
She has this hair.
She's taller than half the men there.
Oh, at 6'3", I'm sure she was at least a 3-inch heel. So she's at least 6'6".
No. If she was bare feet, man, she'd be taller than a lot of guys she's talking to.
No, but I'm saying she probably wear heels anyway, so that's why she'll be a lot taller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so she hosts a football night in America and the NBA countdown. So she's really busy. And she's good. People like her, man. She's good. She's good.
I gotta look her up, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Of course, you don't know as much sports as you think you do. So,
well, I don't follow all kind of sports, but but the ones I know well.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my girl, Lindsey Vonn, man. She come back. So you can't watch this. You walking or something?
No, I don't see you though when I'm driving.
Oh, okay. Well, don't try to see it, brother. Don't.
No. I know. I don't see the screen at all. Yeah, that's good.
I hear you. But anyway, so this is just a short clip of her accident.
Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah, I'm just showing it for the people out there.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a short clip. I turned the music off, man. I didn't want it to be on there.
Yeah.
And she takes this big spill, man. And she
broke.
Yeah, man.
Her left leg, right? She has a fractured left leg, I heard.
Yeah, and what also is that she had a weak ACL. Her ACL was weak to begin with.
Yeah.
But her whatever that thing is, those sticks got caught in one of those posts.
Poles, yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I saw it.
Now it's okay. Here's another one for you. You know, guess how old Lindsey Vaughn is?
It's 41.
Okay, so yeah, well, she shouldn't be skiing, right?
Well, it's not the same thing compared to tennis.
Oh, here we
You know what I'm
go.
saying?
Here we go. Here we go. She's
Tennis,
41.
I mean, 41 tennis, he paying for what, 3-4 hours? Someone side to
No,
side.
man.
Come on, you can't compare. You
Women's
can't
tennis is
compare that
not
to a
so.
5 minute run, huh?
Wait, you don't think there's a lot of energy going down there 100 miles an hour?
There is. But I'm saying the stamina for 2, 3, 4 hour game. Eventually your heart is not going to pump the same way at 41 compared to 20. It's just a fact.
Listen, man, you have your selective aging kind of thing. All I'm just trying to say is that she's 41, and people would probably told her, "You too old for this shit, Lindsay. You have so many injuries. You have so many of this thing. Why are you trying this?" You don't think she heard that?
Oh yeah, she did.
All right, so what I'm
She
just
wanted
trying
to
to
do it for
say,
herself. I think if it wasn't, I still think it was a good comeback, even though she had the accident. It's still a valiant effort, though. I still
yeah,
admire her effort.
listen, man. I feel sorry for him. She's a big girl too, man. She's not a small woman.
She's at least 5'10", 5'9",
Yeah,
5'10".
man. She's a big girl too. Yeah. Oh, she's
Yes.
athletic. All right, so moving right along. There's another young man biting the dust because he's an asshole.
Oh my
Right?
God! Is it this
This guy,
time?
James Pierce Jr., linebacker. He's going out with a WNBA star, and allegedly, beat her up or did something to her. So he
What's
got arrested. Say what?
what's some of those guys out there, man?
The idiots. I mean, now he had trouble. He was in trouble while he was in college. So I think Atlanta took a chance on him. He meets a WNBA girl. Now, when I say a WNBA player who is an up and coming player, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. It's not like he met a street girl. You know how some of these guys go for the IG models, the dots, and all that. This is a
Yeah,
chick that, if under other circumstances, would be considered equally yoked, right? A professional athlete, maybe not in money, but she's a
yeah,
professional athlete that people know. So she's not like a street chick looking to get pregnant,
yeah,
and he still fumbled the bag, so
yeah.
let me just play a
Is
little
it
bit
is
of
it
it.
a sister?
Yo, yeah, she's a sister. And not even an
WNBA.
ambiguous looking sister. And then they had to like have 6 cops. Yeah, she's a chocolate honey.
Yeah, they probably were arguing, and he had, and I'm not saying I don't condone his action, but they probably were arguing, and she ticked him off.
Also
You
developing
know what
here
I
at
mean?
noon, an NFL player is now out of jail after
Yeah.
bonding out following
Like,
his
Yeah.
arrest
no
over the
excuse
weekend in
though.
Doral.
He is accused of stalking his WNBA girlfriend and purposely crashing into her car twice. Local 10's Lenny Sue Paul is live outside the jail in West Miami-Dade.
And she's telling us a little bit about what those charges are that the NFL player is now facing right now.
James Pierce Jr. facing a long list of felony charges, including battery, domestic violence. This all happening after a 3-year relationship recently came to an end. But Saturday morning, the situation took a violent turn. Atlanta Falcons star linebacker James Pierce Jr. bonding out of jail Sunday night with a white towel draped across his face, but quickly approached by 3 men in suits who picked him up. They appeared to exchange words with him, getting Pierce to remove the towel and uncover his face.
James, is there anything you want to address about the charges?
No comment at this time. Pierce dodging questions, walking off in a hurry.
These are probably his lawyers saying, "You got to take the towel off your head, look like a man." He's a real, let's face it, he's a really young looking dude, But again,
And the loving couldn't have been that good, man.
Say what?
The loving couldn't have been that good for him to lose his mind. It must have been some good loving, some good coochie.
Let me tell you, man, there's no coochie in the world that good to make me lean. I'm serious, man.
Yeah. Don't tell some guys, man. They fall. Some guys fall hard.
Well, that's what the point I was going to make. The first thing I did was try to find out, and I didn't try that hard, whether he grew up with a man in his house. I wondered if he had a father or somebody in his house, because he's an NFL star, man. The women are, I don't want to say a dime a dozen, but when you're a man on the square making professional football money, you should never be with a scarcity mindset. They said they were going out together for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then, so that 3 years, so he started stalking her because she broke it off. And one of the things about women, you gotta love them. When they're finished with you, they're finished. I mean, this don't go back.
I tell you, by the time they finish with you, they were finished a long time ago.
No,
They
but the
just,
point is, when they
they just
close the
sealed the
door,
deal.
that shit's closed.
Yeah.
I mean, this when sometimes a woman, you break up a little bit, she'll give you some time, you come back, you beg a little bit, blah blah blah. But there's certain times when the woman says, you know what, you're the last person I ever want to see again, kind of close.
Yeah.
And you can't, there's no reopening that goddamn door. You know what I'm saying?
Time to walk away. Another door closed, another door.
That's exactly right. Some guys don't know how to handle that. Obviously, that's what happened to this dude.
I think so too, man.
And he's a young guy. He's young and stupid.
With no comment to his
There's
domestic
some more
battery
to this
charge.
story. Hold on
The
a
alleged
second.
victim is Los Angeles Sparks forward Rickea Jackson, a rising star in the WNBA. On Sunday, a judge asking questions while ordering him to stay away from her.
I have no care about what his employment is. Okay?
A newly released police report shedding light on what happened Saturday morning. Jackson noticing Pierce's Lamborghini SUV following her. The report goes on to say when stopped at an intersection, he got out of his vehicle and tried to open her driver's side door. According to police, she drove away, but Pierce continued speeding after her. She drove to the Doral Police Department for help, but he tried to stop her, at one point rear-ending her, then intentionally colliding head-on with her vehicle.
Do you have any need to return to pick up any personal belongings?
Judge, I would just leave everything there. Whatever's there, it can stay there. It's fine.
A police report just released this morning shares more details about the situation that unfolded Saturday morning. A woman reporting someone was following her in a white Lamborghini around Northwest 99th Avenue in Doral. The report says when officers arrived, they located Pierce standing outside the vehicle, but he didn't comply with officer commands. The linebacker lighting up social media over the weekend, but it's his actions off the field capturing national attention.
What a fool.
From this police chase in Doral to this dramatic takedown, roughly half a dozen officers spotted wrangling with the 6'5", 245-pound player before his arrest.
Man, can you imagine? First of all,
he's a big guy.
And it took 6 of them to get him under control. And
He's
lucky for him, there wasn't one of those accidents where they shot his ass. Okay.
Yep.
And
He's stupid.
I
mean, there's no other way to put it.
No, it's not. I'm trying to think back through my life, right? I've been hurt by any man who's been out there before he got married, been hurt by a woman before, And I'm sitting down here. Have I ever got to the point where I was just dog shit stupid over a woman leaving me? And I can't recall one instance. I mean, I might have gone somewhere in my own private room, maybe cried over it and some shit like that, and then moved on. But I never thought of doing stupid shit like stalking, hitting her, begging, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, these guys don't have no fathers, man. I mean, maybe he did. He's a junior, but I'm not so sure his father raised him. And if he did, he didn't talk to him enough. So you're a football player, man. You're a linebacker. You're a linebacker. You got your whole life ahead of you. This guy's no more than maybe 24 years old. What are you doing pining over a woman like that? Or anybody for that matter. You got to control your emotions better than that. So that was that story. And it's sad because it's another one bites the dust. Now, he'll probably get out of this one, I think. Maybe no jail time, but he might get cut. Who knows? Yeah, I see you dropped out there, brother. If you come back, I'll put you back up. I don't know I know sometimes your phone acts out. All right, so we're back on the questions. I have some questions for folks that I come up with maybe 3 questions we talk about. One, the first one I think we talked about a little bit. Do we think Serena Williams will come back? You guys answered that. Yeah, she's going to be back on the tennis court. I don't think there's any way she's going to come back to just play doubles. I really don't. I think she's going to try to do more than that. And I hope she does. That's my fingers are crossed, because I had a theory that she's doing all this weight loss stuff for a reason, and that's to get back on the tennis court. You know, she's not doing it for her husband because he loved her just the way she was. So she didn't need to lose all that weight for him. You know, so I think she might be trying to come back, and I could see the play. If she could win a slam using that drug, I can imagine that could be a multi-million-dollar play. So we'll see. We'll see. Then my other question, I don't know if you're going to come back up there, my man. I know, oh, you said you were in the car, so you probably got to your destination. The other question I have is, will the WNBA season be canceled? And if so, will it be by strike or by a lockout? Right, so that's a double-edged sword. I think if this season's canceled, you know, the WNBA might be. I don't think it will be canceled. They just signed a big media deal, so the season, the league itself is going to survive. But the women are just. I think they're asking too much. You know, if there was profitable, the league was profitable, I could see trying to get a bigger piece of the pie. But when the owners are losing money and they're giving you all these bennies, I think you should just play out the season until it becomes profitable. So what you saying? Yeah, okay. So it's most likely going to be delayed because I don't think they're going to get to a resolution. But do you think it's going to be a strike or do you think it's going to be a lockout? Right? If the women strike, I think the season will be canceled. Right? Because the owners won't have any incentive to come back. I don't think they're going to bend anymore. If it's a lockout, then the players are going to have to concede to what the owners want. And it's going to be an all or nothing situation. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. So if they strike, the owners are going to say, okay, you know, we'll just sit out the season. And then the players lose everything. They lose everything if they do that. If the owners lock their asses out, then the players have to get together and somebody with common sense has said to say, maybe we don't get everything we want right now, but if we're looking for the future, it could be better for the next crop of girls, maybe 3 or 4 years from now. So, or ladies, I should say. So, I don't know, man. They need me to be in the room to tell them, stop being stupid. You know, so that's another thing. So, I'm hoping for the best for the honeys. You know, that's all I can say. You know. Yeah, okay, but like I said, if the strike is more likely, Catalia, that means there'll probably be no season. Because what you're saying is that the owners will bend to the players' will to end the strike. And I don't think the owners are going to do that. I really don't. You know, this is when thousandaires are trying to tell billionaires what to do, or multimillionaires what to do, and they don't take kindly to that kind of stuff. You know, so we'll see. And the last one, but not least, Cardi B. Cardi B spends and made it plain and broadcasters that she spent $1.2 million on a Super Bowl party for Stephon Diggs and crew. She flew a whole bunch of people out, spent all kinds of money and, you know, top shelf liquor and venues and all that, $1.2 million. And, well, of course, she didn't know that Patriots would be getting their ass kicked. The other thing she didn't realize is that Stephon, who had, I think, 3 or 4 babies the same year that she had her son for him, had his main girl, his bottom chick, sitting with his parents courtside or field side. The woman that he likes the most was sitting with his parents, And Cardi B, who spent $1.2 million, was somewhere not to be seen. So they break up. They break up at the Super Bowl. And she doesn't realize that they were never an item to begin with. Stefan was just stepping through. He doesn't care about giving you a baby. That didn't make you his girl. He's just going through the motions. This is the kind of guy that no discerning woman would actually give a baby to. You have to be a complete idiot to be with this guy to think that he thinks anything about you other than just another bust down. And that's exactly what he used her for. You left a marriage from one bad guy with 3 kids in wedlock to become somebody's baby mama. Just another chick on the block. It's down bad. It's down bad. And she should have known better. You don't get back at your ex-husband by having a baby by another man. And while you're still married. And if Offset wanted to really be a prick, he could claim that baby as his own. Because in every state, while he's still married, that baby's considered his. DNA or not. DNA or not. He might not be intelligent enough to understand that, but yeah, that baby by law is considered his baby. It's just a mess, man. Just a mess. So, I don't know, poor Cardi B. But anyway, I want to let's look a little bit. I got a couple of minutes. Let's look a little bit about what's going on here.
This is one of Offset's mistresses. That's who that is. And she's also King Von, I Am Kayla B, best friend. Now look, it's like she know what she doing. This is the stuff she was posting on her story. And if I'll be mad because it's just like, where's the loyalty?
When you said, what you mean, what loyalty? Whose loyalty? Diggs to Cardi B? There's no loyalty there. He doesn't owe her anything.
You front row, you next to his mama. He hugged you. He shook your hand before he shook his mama hand.
Well, listen, she's been hanging out with his mother and his family long before Cardi B was in the picture. And this goes to show you that he thinks a whole lot more about this woman than he thinks about her. She's just a fun girl. And it's so funny how women share men. She knows about Cardi B and all the rest of his girls, and she doesn't give a shit. She's the bottom chick.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pissed.
Stephon Diggs pulls up with his side chick at the Super Bowl. She's allegedly, by the mom. And
all right, that's O'Shea Juke Jackson. This chick is not. Stephon Diggs doesn't have any side chicks. All his chicks are beside chicks. He doesn't have any side chicks. He's not married. I don't believe he's married. Every woman is whoever he feels like banging out that night. That's it. Women need to beware of guys like that. He doesn't, all the men know it, and so Cardi B spent $1.2 million to be a fool. That's a shame. That's an absolute shame. So unfortunate for her that she's not a victim, though, because she's a grown woman from the streets. She should know better. Anyway, so that's really the story of, today. So that's a good update. Catalia, thanks for keeping me company, man. My man had to go in the house because of he was in the car. So I don't know if he's going to plug back in, but we're at the end of the show. I got one more chart, and that's boxing. I didn't update it. So it's only one fight that's coming up that I really want to see right now, and that's that Garcia against Barrios. And that's this month. That's on the 21st. I don't know if that's is it 21st or did that get pushed back? Yeah, it's on Saturday the 21st. Yeah. So I like Garcia. I don't know if he's going to win this fight. I've seen him lose a few fights, but he's a decent boxer. He's a pretty decent boxer. And I was surprised by Shakur Stevenson last week. on the 31st. He looked really, really good when he beat Teofimo. I thought it was going to be a much tougher fight. He dominated. He dominated that fight. So that's all I have for you. You know, my buddy's up here, so I'm going to just end it myself. Anybody watching out there, like, share, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button, please. Share this with some folks who might want to be a part of the On the Swivel at the Sports Bar in the future. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Subscribe to this channel, Unique Sports Talk or Marriage, Politics, and Sports. And just leave a comment and a replay. And what's next? And everything I use, fair use, I'll put their links in the description if I don't forget. And of course, now we're done. So I'm going to just hit the outro. I'm going to say good night to everybody. And I'm going to let the guys sing our way out of this thing. All right. Let me get it started. And I can tell you, have a good night. And if anybody, Ferg, if you're still out there in the clouds, man, talk to you later. Vic, talk to you later. I'll probably give you a call after this.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits unite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till